Ayo, what is up, my fellow soldiers? Welcome to another Ever Crisis video. Hope you're having a great day and enjoy. This video is going to be a showcase of the latest dungeon, Crisis Dungeon, Cawpine Caverns, the hard mode. Since we don't get so many keys and we don't get to see most of the enemy info until we've done it, I figured it would be a good idea to showcase my run so that you can see the boss information and prepare your runs accordingly. So let's get into it. The enemies in this dungeon are mostly weak to water and use a lot of lightning attacks. So we start with a lightning resist plus 20%. The map, you start over here. The first battle is against the Moth Slasher. Then you can choose where to go. If you go up, you'll be facing Caverns. The boss is in the middle. Below you have the choice between Reno on the right and the Armored Scorpion on the left. And of course the boss in the middle. So here's a snapshot of what sigils you need and what elements you should bring. I'll quickly run through my team. Sephiroth is my DPS, a magical DPS. I recommend bringing a magical team to this fight because the boss is weak to magic damage. So I went with a triangle sigil, water with magic attack, and an X magical sigil for Sephiroth. For red, I leaned into magic DPS for support DPS. His HP was a bit low. I went with the fire and water colors, Rage and Noble, and Hellfire to deal with the Caverns, and attack boost 7 and fire potency 2. He's got the sigil for triangle and a water materia, and the thunder blow is just for the magic attack percentage. Aerith is my healer, using her healing garb and her AoE heal Fairy Tail. She has boost heal 4, 4k HP and 1300 heal. Triangle and X sigils, and I gave her a Quake because the boss is weak to it and it gives her HP and heal. So that's my team. Let's get into the run. The first boss is the Moth Slasher. He does quite a lot of DPS, but I decided to focus the ads because they constantly stun your team. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it's more optimal to go for the boss first, but he has quite a lot of HP and I did not have the damage to burst him down. So my main focus is to top up with heals and spam water to try and burst him down before he gets his second high voltage off. I'm going to use my Diamond Dust because I only need it for the third fight, and I'm saving my Hellfire for the next fight. Unfortunately, I don't DPS him down enough, and I actually get greedy here, trying to finish him before his ability, so I don't make my defensive stance in time, which is really bad. It was so close, but I get melted from that move. For this run, I'm trying to use only cottages for healing. Here you can choose physical attack or magic attack or fire potency. I choose fire potency because the route I'm taking, I face the Caverns below next. Here you get a random battle. I use this to top up because I'm very low from taking the full damage of the last boss. So constantly staying on heals and building up my diamond dust for the third fight. So again, you get a tent here, but I will only be using cottages, so I go straight into the next fight. This guy is weak to fire, so I'm going to control red in this fight. He has Blaze Rush, which is physical, so it's not optimal, but it's enough to deplete his charge. And then before his Thunderfall goes off, I use Healing Wind and Hellfire to do as much DPS as possible. And for the rest of the fight, I top up with heals and spam Blaze Rush. I do actually break this sigil phase to get a few more heals off and Blaze Rush. And then I burst him before the second phase. So the trance abilities here, you have a choice between water potency and ice. Ice is good against Reno, and water is good against the last two enemies. So I go with water. There's another random fight here. So you can try and use this fight to, again, top up on heals, but mostly to build up your diamond dust. If you are following my route, you will need diamond dust up for Reno. So we take these guys out, and the next chest has the cottages that I've been holding out for. You also get guard and wisdom jelly. And here you get another tent. So I use my cottage here. And I give Sephiroth an ether just so that he can do better against Reno. You could also use guard jellies if you need, because he does physical damage. So Sephiroth is my main DPS in this fight. I focus with him because Reno is weak to ice. After breaking his sigil, I spam Frostblade, and then I drop Diamond Dust, saving Healing Wind and Hellfire for the next fight. But in hindsight, Healing Wind would have been good to get my Diamond Dust strong enough to finish him before that Electro Burst. Another thing that is very helpful is if enemies have a choice sigil. So in this case, triangle or X, you should use your character with a sigil boost. Here you want to pick water. So as I was saying, you should use your character with a sigil boost to focus the sigil down. You'll get a lot more sigils. For example, Sephiroth has sigil boost X. So if I have the choice between triangle and X, I will use Sephiroth's X. I use 3 wisdom jellies here because the armored scorpion hits hard with magic damage, and I don't want to heal up until I'm done with this fight. I start off with a heal, and then I focus down the bombs because the armored scorpion buffs itself with defenses. So in this fight, I'm focusing on staying on top of heals because I'm getting very low. And once the sigil is broken, I want to make sure my attack stance is maxed out. grab another heal, and I hold my limit breaks until he goes into attack mode and drops his defenses. Spam water in this phase, and heal and use whatever defenses you need. I use Saving Grace to raise my magic defense. Then another heal, and there he has decreases power, and I drop all of my limit breaks. And then I can just finish him off with a couple of waters. In the final boss fight, you will see what I mean about the choice of the sigils. Sephiroth has X sigil boost with an X materia, so I'll be spamming his X in the next fight. This choice is kind of bleak. Lightning resistance can help if the boss gets his attack off, but I'm not planning on letting him. Healing could be useful, but he doesn't stun, so I just go for Ice, even though he's not weak to it, and I'll mainly be using water. The Ice will give my Shiva a bit more damage. So final fight against the boss, I use my second cottage here. I consider using something else, but decide against it. Even though my limit breaks are low, there'll be enough time to fully charge them. This guy is weak to water and earth. So in this fight, I'm using Sephiroth's Nameless to try and keep the magic defense down, debuff on him, and then spam water and quake as much as possible, and topping up with heals when I need to. So I'm just switching between characters and spamming water and quake, and of course reapplying the magic defense down from Sephiroth. Once he goes into his sigil phase, there it is, triangle or X, and I have X boost, so I spam X with Sephiroth. Then I spam water as much as possible, and right as it ends, I use all 3 limit breaks. And after that, I just switch between my characters and burst him as fast as possible with water and earth before he gets off his prismatic ray. I cut it quite close here, but managed just in time. And that is the run. Total score 143k. Not the best score, but it's enough to get the S+. So I hope this was useful and saved you from wasting keys trying to discover what elements and sigils you need for the fights. Thanks for watching. See ya. Oh wait, if the video was helpful, like and subscribe. Bye.